In this video, I'll be looking at how you can reuse a post from one class into another. A post is something you've added to the classwork stream that contains material or a form or slides or an activity for the learners to do. It's not an announcement that appears on the front page of the class, but rather classwork. So to start, let me show you what it is I'm going to copy. This will be in this A Learner Induction class. In the classwork. And I'm going to copy the welcome here, the hello and welcome item. And this post contains a Google Slides introduction and a form called About Me. So I want to copy those two items into the new class ready for new learners. So to do that, I need to go back to the destination class where it's going to end up. Go back to classes. And in this case, it's going to be the example class. I'll click the classwork stream. This is where we click on create. Normally we will just click assignment or question or material, but this time we're going to use reuse post. The first time you click on reuse post, you get the dialog box showing you all the list of classes that you can select from. Notice that you must be a teacher in order to reuse a post. In this case, I'm connected to Google Classroom as Alice Learner, and Alice Learner is a teacher in all of these classes. Any class that Alice is a student or a learner on, she is not able to move posts from that class into her new class. So we're going to select the class we need to copy from, and that is the A Learner Induction template. We'll then list for you all of the items that you could reuse. And the one we want, as we've looked at before, is hello and welcome. So I'm going to make sure that's selected, but first I'm going to check that down here it says create new copies of all attachments. Make sure that that is selected and there's a tick in it. This means it will copy all the forms and all the files necessary for this particular post into the drive of the new class. This is particularly important for forms. You don't want it pointing back to the old class. So once we're happy with that, we can make sure that's selected and click on the blue reuse button. Just give it a minute. There we are. It's now opened up the copied version of that post. And now we can see hello, welcome, the description, and the two files we looked at earlier, the introduction and the About Me. Now, I could post this straight away, but I would advise you not to, but rather keep it in draft form until you're absolutely certain you want the learners to see it. Once it is posted, you can't go backwards and reschedule it or put it back into draft. You can edit it, but it will always be visible immediately. So I would suggest at this point you save it as draft to leave your options open. And there we are. We're now back in our example class. And here we can see on the classwork tab, the welcome topic, which didn't exist before, and the hello and welcome post that we have just copied. So we can click on that, and there it is. There are the two we've just looked at. So that's copied the post, but just to be sure, let's have a look in the class drive folder to see if those files are there. And yes, we can see it's copied the About Me form here and the introduction slides here. So now all of the relevant files are in the example class drive. So all learners that are assigned to this course will have access to all of these files without specifically having to request permission. So that is how you can reuse one post from one old class to another one.